Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our free necklace night. I'm Jennifer Keller. I'm an executive company VP with Park Lane, and I'm here with division leader Janelle Dupuy. And we are excited to share just a little bit about Park Lane with you. And you might notice that we came jewelry naked because we know sometimes it takes a couple minutes for people to hop on. So we thought we'll just get dressed with you. So Janelle, you go first. What are you wearing today?
Okay, well, I'm going to put on our brand new June Sparkle Box, which is the Sea Breeze necklace. And I'm going to add this, put this right on. It is 3 layers. So I am going to first put this necklace on. And there we go. It is 3 layers set in gold with that turquoise finish. And
It matches your nails.
Yes. And I'm going to next put on the earrings, which are like a teardrop with that embossed butterfly in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to add these.
Cute. I haven't even taken mine out of the box yet. So I'm excited to see it on you.
Oh, it's so pretty. I wore it last night.
You love it.
And then I'm going to also add the Phoebe ring, which is a great ring. It's gold, that big statement piece heart on your finger. I absolutely love this one and I wear it all the time. And for my arm party today, I am adding Rika in gold. I love the turquoise impression bracelet. Mm-hmm. It matches the necklace beautifully. So I'm going to add that. And then I'm going to finish it off with the gold Arcadia bracelet. So that is my arm party for tonight.
Very nice. Okay. Well, I'm going to start because I have on a striped shirt. I own about 1 million black and white striped shirts. And I always think when you've got a pattern, you need something a little bit bigger to anchor against it. So this is our mini necklace, which is the big puffed oversized heart. And then my earrings, I'm going to do the Monaco. And what's funny is they're very similar to the ones that Janelle just put on, but minus the butterfly. So I don't have the butterfly like she does. Hers are a little more special. But I love the Monaco because you get 3 sizes with them. So you get to decide, how big of a statement you want to do. Like I went with the medium, but you could do small, you could do big. And then for my arm party, I love this black vibe bracelet. It's got the black enamel with the crystal. And I'm kind of a believer in most things, whether it's bracelets or it's shoes or it's purses, that if 1 is good, 3 is better. And I like it in all the colors. So I'm just going to put on 3 of our vibe. And then we didn't even talk about this, but I'm also going to add that Phoebe ring because that is also one of my most popular. So now we're dressed. I feel like we can begin. You ready to begin?
I'm ready.
Okay. So I thought tonight that we would spend a few minutes talking a little bit about our industry, about Park Lane, and then of course about our team Sparkle. So just quick backstory on me. I have been with Park Lane for 4.5 years, and I was with another jewelry company before that for 20 years. So I've kind of been in this direct selling space for almost 25 years. And I'm curious, if you're a guest and you're watching and you have done something in direct sales, put a 1 in the chat. We just like to know, because if you have, or if you are, you probably got into this business for a very similar reason that I did. When I got started 25 years ago, I just wanted to make a little extra money to pay for the little extras. I kids and if you have kids, you know how expensive they are. So I just got in to kind of do a little bit and make a little bit. And then over the years, that kind of grew from paying for, I think in the beginning it was like preschool I wanted to pay for, and then it actually went on to pay for their high school, their college, and now they're gone. I'm not gone, but they're graduated and done. And so all that schooling is over, and I still love it because what I learned over the years is it really just gave me something for myself. But this industry is just so fun. Before I did this, I was a CPA, and I always tell people that, that it's a great job. It has a great future, great potential, all the things, but nobody cheers for you when the balance sheet balances. But in Park Lane, you do anything, and there's women just, way to go, great job, and they're just encouraging you all the way. So I love this community that we built. And the other thing I love about it is the fact is if you can buy a kit of jewelry. So just going to tell you up front, it's $129 to join Park Lane. And with that, you get $500 in jewelry that you get to pick out. And once you do that, you're an entrepreneur. And at that point, you get to decide what you want to do. You know, if you want to just do a little, that's great. You want to do a lot, that's fine too. But everybody has an equal opportunity to do whatever they want. So we have women and a couple men, but still mostly women on our team who are teachers, who are doctors, who are CPA, who are stay-at-home moms, who work in other service industries, and everybody has an equal chance to do whatever they want with this. So that's just off the top of my head. What are some of the things? Janelle's also been in this industry for a while. So what do you love about it?
I absolutely love the number one thing is the flexibility. I work full time Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30. So I don't have the opportunity to run my business during the day. However, this Park Lane allows me to run my business from the time I get out of my full-time job until wee hours into the night sometimes if I'm working on things myself. And that's what it is very beneficial to me is, you know, I can sit down after my kids' sports and after all the things that I have to take care of at my school where I work and all of that. And I can still work my business late into the evening and anytime on the weekends. So the flexibility is what really, really works. And that is what the number one driver is for me is that I can still run a very, very successful business and hold down my full-time job. But I absolutely love Park Lane and the jewelry. So that's what I absolutely love. And of course, the team. I love the team atmosphere. Like Jen said, we are always cheering each other on. And, you know, she's absolutely right. I don't get that during the day at my full-time job, but I can guarantee I'm going to get it here at Park Lane.
Yeah, and you know what I think is amazing too, is, you know, my previous company, we did trainings. I would have a training at my house once a month, and, you know, the local girls would come, and that was great. But then COVID happened and all the things. And now our team is so spread out. Like, I am so excited. Janelle earned the trip to Cancun, and I'm so excited because I get to meet her in person. But we could not live further from each other. She is in New York. I'm in Southern California. But this whole virtual relationship, it gets to happen through this business. And so just to be able to meet you in person is just going to be icing on the cake on that. So, okay, let's talk a little bit about Park Lane. So when my company closed, and actually Janelle's did too, different company, but, you know, last year was kind of a turbulent year in direct sales. And it really makes a difference who you partner with. So I know for me, when my previous company closed, I looked at several companies and I lined them all up, and by far Park Lane was the best fit for me. And a couple of reasons for that. One is they have been in business for 70 years. August will be our 70th anniversary. And that tells me this is a company that knows what they're doing. They have survived, you know, recessions and wars and pandemics, and they are still a debt-free, cash-rich company. And I think part of that is the founders who put this company in place 70 years ago. One of the things they said in the very beginning is that the owners could only take a 2% profit for themselves. And that will make even more sense later when we talk about the programs, because otherwise you might be thinking, how can they afford to do this? But that kind of financial savviness from the very beginning is what enables Park Lane to keep going during a time that many, many companies have closed. Another thing we saw last year in direct sales was companies going to an affiliate model. Now, if you've never done direct sales, you probably don't even know what that means. But if you have, you do know what that means, where they're taking away the leadership part of the company. And it makes a drastic change if you have invested time into building a team when companies do that. And our CEO, Scott Levine, has said repeatedly and publicly that we will not go affiliate. So, you know, every day I wake up just confident in that choice, that I made the right one to go with Park Lane. So that's just a little bit about the company. And then, you know, then it's jewelry. Janelle, tell them why selling jewelry is so amazing.
Jewelry is absolutely amazing. First and foremost, when you put your jewelry on, I don't know about you, but I just feel like the confidence boost when I add my jewelry and I'm getting ready to walk out the door. So first of all, the confidence that you can get from the jewelry is absolutely amazing. The other thing is all the compliments you're going to get. That is amazing when you walk out and someone's like, "Oh, I love your necklace. Oh, let me tell you a little bit about it." Or, they see your ring on your finger. So that's just all the compliments you're going to get are just very fun. So Park Lane has two full line catalogs that come out every year. And they are just, our full line catalog. And this is the one that we're currently in right now. But then what they do is they also drop these mini capsules while we are in the full line catalog season. So they're always keeping things fresh and exciting. And let me tell you, people are always coming back for more. And then on top of those mini capsules, every week they're always dropping style drops and different deals and promotions. So there is always something. I have ladies that will check my VIP customer group every day just to see if something new has dropped. And that's the good thing is, people are like, oh, you can only have so much of what's in the catalog. There is so much more that they drop outside of that full line catalog, and they are always keeping things fresh and exciting. The other thing I kind of showed you, the Sparkle box that we do, that is a monthly subscription, and there's two different versions that you can buy into. The basic version, which is 24, or the premium, which is 39. And that's like Christmas showing up at your doorstep once a month because it auto ships on the 1st. And depending on your mail carrier, you'll have it like the 5th through the 7th. And then you get to open it and show all your customers what that Sparkle box is for the month. And it's just really fun. And it's always keeping people excited and wanting more.
I love that. Yeah. And I also love that there's such a variety with the jewelry because jewelry's personal. If a woman loves it, you can't talk her out of it. And if she doesn't like it, you can't talk her into it. So you've got to make sure that there's enough variety that everyone's going to find something. And they do. If you want bold pieces, if you want, like I have on bold pieces, Chanel's got on layered pieces. We've got delicates. We've got designer inspired. There is definitely something for everyone. Okay, let's talk about the programs that Park Lane offers. So they have programs for their customers, their hostesses, and their stylists. So we'll talk about the customers first. If you have been a customer with Park Lane, put a C in the comments. Because if you have, I bet you already know the best thing about us. And the best thing is their sale, our sale, I should say. And what our sale is, when you purchase 2 items at full price, you can get 4 items at half price. And the 2 at full price are always the least expensive. And when I heard that, when I was looking into Park Lane, first I had to have them say it twice because it didn't even register because that's not how sales work out in the retail world. But when I heard it for the second time, I thought, that is the most brilliant marketing I've ever heard, because what it does is it starts building trust with your customer right away, because one, she's not expecting it. And there have been many times, and I'm sure Janelle's the same too, where a customer has come up to me with her wish list and I've said, hey, you know what? If you want to grab another pair of earrings, like $28 pair of earrings, you will actually save money and get another piece of jewelry. And that again builds the trust. And that's what keeps people coming back when they see how much they can save with this sale. It also overcomes the objection that our jewelry is expensive, because honestly, if I didn't know about the sale and I just looked through a catalog, I would think it was expensive. But our customers know that, we have these, I don't have one on right now, but our gorgeous impression bracelets that Janelle has on, she has on the turquoise one. Those retail for $188. I don't think I've ever sold one for $188. And I wouldn't, because I would tell someone, buy 2 pairs of $28 earrings and get that for half price. Or what they do every week is they offer a bonus. Typically, it's when you purchase 90, you can get any piece at any price for $35. So that's what you use that impression bracelet for. And even this week they're doing where when you purchase 60, you can get any item for $35. They're still doing that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, so they're doing that this week. So they're always changing things up, which keeps it exciting. Let's see, with the customers, Janelle told you about the Sparkle box, about the style drops. You also have the opportunity to do fundraisers through Park Lane. A lot of women use that as one of the lanes they want to do this business in. And if you do a party for a 501c organization, Park Lane will pay 50% of the net sales directly to that organization and pay your commission on the other side. So there's so many different ways you can do this. You can do in-person parties and online parties and vendor events and fundraisers and sip and sparkles. And I'm setting up at my local wine bar next week. I'm doing Blingo this Thursday in my VIP group. There's so many different things that you can do. Okay, so that's a little bit about the customers and what they do for us. Now, hostesses, I will tell you this. In my previous company, towards the end, they started changing the hostess plan, and they started reducing the hostess plan. And that was kind of a red flag to me because, the hostesses, they are what keep your business going. So put an H in the comments if you have hosted a party with Park Lane. And then Janelle, tell them how that works.
We have a generous hostess plan here at Park Lane. It is absolutely amazing. So a lot of companies will go by sales. We go by orders. So your first, any orders you get up to 9 orders, you're going to receive $20 in hostess credit. And once you hit that 10th order, which is always what we're striving for, everything doubles to $40. So I don't know about you, but I am always, working that hostess and all of her customers to get her to that 10th order so that it doubles to $400. You wouldn't believe, we get to like 7 or 8 orders, and I'm like, if you can, just get 2 or 3 more orders, you're going to go from $200 in free jewelry to $400 in free jewelry. Usually by the next day, we have those couple orders.
Yes.
Because when they see what it can double to, I mean, who wouldn't love a $400 shopping spree for free jewelry?
Oh my gosh.
The other thing is they also, as a hostess, get up to 4 half-priced items, and they also receive any bonus item in the catalog as a thank you for $35. So lots and lots of hostess perks. And it's so easy. Who doesn't love to either party virtually or pull together a group of your gal friends and do an in-person party? I love in-person parties because people love to just try the jewelry on, and then I give them that, service at the end where I put everything in, and then I can actually tell them, oh my goodness, you still have, a $35 customer bonus item or 2 more half-priced items that you get to spend. So it's great. So our hostess plan is amazing.
I know. I love that too. And I love that. I mean, I like both of them. Like, I'm glad we don't have to choose. Like, I have a party tonight online. I have a party Tuesday in person. And I think that's good. That's also good. So it's fun. And we know that we're just the excuse for girls to get together, whether it is virtually or in person too. And then finally, let's talk about the programs for stylists. So as a stylist with Park Lane, you start with a 30% commission on everything you sell. And that's higher than the industry average. But remember at the beginning, I asked you to put a 1 if you had done any kind of direct sales before. Well, if that was with leadership experience, Park Lane has this unique program that they call Direct to Point, where they recognize and respect that experience and many times can bring you in at a really a matching level to where you were before. And, that's what they did for me. That's what they did for Janelle. And it's very validating. I know for me, my previous company closed. I was not planning on leaving. I was loyal. I was committed all the way to the end, and to have Park Lane come in and say, we recognize that. I thought that really feels good. I really appreciate that. The other thing they do is when you promote in Park Lane, you only go up. There's no losing your title, going backwards. Your commission never goes down. It is very nice for our mental health, because I don't know about Janelle, but I rode that promotion to motion for years, and it was stressful. So it's so nice to just not even have to think about that we just go up. So you start at 30%, and then as you promote, you can work your way all the way up to 50%. At our first level of leadership, you can start earning team overrides. So that's a second stream of income. It's optional, but it is one of our favorite parts about Park Lane. They have 2 amazing all expense paid trips a year. So I mentioned Janelle. She hasn't even been in a year, and she already earned Cancun in her first 6 months in the business. And these trips, anybody can earn them. You do not have to be a leader, and you don't have to be in Park Lane forever to do it. I mean, look at Janelle. She started in November. November. Our trip qualifying period started January to May, and she earned that trip for 2 in her first 7 months in the business. So anybody can earn these trips. So we're going to Cancun next year. In August, we're going to Zurich, Switzerland. And we've been to Paris and Aruba and Kona and Dublin. And I just got a text actually today from our CEO, Scott Levine, and he said he was heading off to Europe next week to scout out locations for future Park Lane trips. So of course I had to give him my recommendations, but anywhere they go is fine. It's fine with me. So the trips are amazing. They also have a Mercedes car program where at that first level of leadership, you're eligible to earn that. Janelle also earned that. Let me just brag on her because I can. So a Mercedes car program. And then, I know a lot of women join Park Lane because of the jewelry. You love the jewelry. It just makes sense to now make that jewelry a tax deduction. So you can earn an unlimited amount of free jewelry. You can always host your own party. We do exactly what hostesses do. We open a party, we collect 10 orders, we collect $400 in jewelry, submit it, get paid, open a new party, and repeat the process as many times as you want. They even have a program that they call their Rich Rewards Club, where every month you can earn over $1,100 in free jewelry from Park Lane that you get to pick out. And, in the beginning, you're adding jewelry to your kit, and that's great because you don't have to pay for it. But you get to the point where you are like, I have got so much jewelry, I don't know what to do with it. And it's funny because I just got back from my mom's house yesterday. She lives on the East Coast. And I was kicking myself for not bringing some of this free jewelry with me. Because like she said, the flight attendant loved my jewelry. The waitress at the restaurant liked my jewelry. And I thought I could have just handed them. Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thank you for helping me out. You can pass it out like Santa Claus because you get so much of it free. And then I think that's pretty much it. And then just the last thing is how much it costs. And I already told you. So it's $129 to try Park Lane. We have a lot of stylists right now who have joined. Just try it for the summer. See if you like it for 3 months. And then at the end of the summer, you get to decide, keep going into the fall selling season, or just say, no, I don't think it's for me, and keep the jewelry. But summer is a perfect time to just see how it goes. So $129 gets you $500. You can also do 2 bigger kits. $229 gets you $1,000 in jewelry. $439 gets you $2,000 in jewelry. It does not make one bit of difference to us which one you do. We train everybody the same. And that brings us to a little bit about our team. So our team Sparkle, we've been together now 4.5 years. And when I started this team, I wanted us to have a mission statement. And our mission statement is to empower others to build a business with purpose. So every decision our leaders make, we try and filter it through that statement. So if it's not going to empower you, build a business, have a purpose, we're not going to do it. And I always say that when we got started, we were like ignorance on fire. We were excited. No idea what we were doing. But now, 4.5 years in, we know exactly what we're doing. We have incredible systems in place to help you get started through your launch, after your launch, to help you reach for any incentive you want to go for. Park Lane is very incentive based. So you just pick something. I want to earn that bracelet. Okay, this is how you do it. I want to earn the trip. Okay, this is how you do it. We have systems in place for all of that. We have a graphic designer who designs amazing, beautiful graphics to use for our Facebook parties, our invitations, our promotions, engagement in your VIP group. That is all available for you. It is not an additional cost. And then we have trainings available. We meet weekly on a huddle. On Fridays, it's always recorded and streamed if you can't watch it live. And then, there's Jewel School and monthly trainings and all kinds of things that you get to plug into if you want to. Anything else, Janelle, that I'm forgetting?
I don't think so. Just, coming from a previous direct sales company, the training here is absolutely amazing. They started me out on the right foot. We start everybody out on the right foot. You're not left hanging. You're walked through your launch party, and, then you're helped along the way afterwards. It's not like, oh, you sign up, I got to recruit, we're done. Like, it is truly like, there is so many, like she said, systems in place and trainings every single week. Sometimes I'm catching up on trainings on the weekend because, I just haven't had a chance to see them. But that is the beauty of it, is that they are recorded and that they are put in a place that we can access them on our own time. And that's huge, So if you want to make something of this business and you want support, you are definitely in the right place.
Yep, I agree. All right. Well, if you have any questions, please put them in the comments, tag one of us or tag your stylist. And the last thing we're going to ask you to do is to fill out a quick survey. This is your ticket to win the free necklace, because this is our free necklace night. So when you fill out that survey at the bottom, it's going to ask you for a secret word. And I think the secret word should be why not? I know it's 2 words, but our secret words this week is why not? Because I think why not try it? Why not do it for the summer? Why not just see if you like it? So why not is the secret word. All right, my friend. Thank you, Janelle, so much for joining me. We enjoyed hanging out with you ladies. We hope you have a great evening. Bye, everyone.